beautiful gate. Let's see what's down there. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I think this is the Wheat Sheaf pub here. It's like somewhere along here. Maybe not. Yeah, here it is. Wheat Sheaf pub. I know because it's just in view of the beautiful church. I always just love this area. Let's just see. So here we are, parked up in the beautiful Louth. Yeah, I'm going to leave the bike here. I think I'm going to take this because I'm just worried about it. This is a town that I've been to throughout my childhood, to the markets sort of periodically every 3-4 months or something like that. I used to go with my nana and my mum and my granddad, and it was nice. And I've come back here since I've been a bit older. Look, there's a lovely little river there. This church, I don't know what this church is, but as soon as I see it, I know where I am. And then just over here, like to the right of the church, is a gorgeous pub called the Wheat Sheaf. And it's just one of my favourite pubs ever because it's really, really old and below ground when you go. So you step down and it's just really lovely. And there's a cafe here, so I think I'm going to go in here and get a coffee. Looks like a great place to get a coffee, doesn't it? Alright, so just had a lovely latte from Beaumont's. It was really nice actually. One of the best lattes I've had in a long while. It was great. I'm gonna take a little bit of a trip down memory lane, see if I can find this market and have a look around. I remember walking through the market years ago. It's not big, as a kid, and like looking for toys, but there were never really any interesting toys like Lego or anything like that. It was always just like, I don't know, adult things, you know, ornaments and garden stuff. So it should be interesting. So I'm going to head there now and I'll show you. Now, unfortunately, it was not market day when I was in Louth. The market days are Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays usually. And also I keep referring to the market, and what I'm actually heading to is the Yorkshire Trading Company. It's sort of a place, little shop that I remember and sort of remembered it to be the market. The market is the outdoor market that arises sort of 3 times a week, but the Yorkshire Trading Company is what I'm talking about, where I used to wander around as a kid on market day, but in this particular place. So that's where I'm headed. I love these old signs. Can you see Opticians Louth Vision Centre, just like that? Looks really old. Ah, this is it. This is what I remember. This is the place. I mentioned the garden stuff. Here we go. Stuff for your garden, look. I remember when I was a kid, I'd go in here, eagerly hoping that there'd be something interesting, but it was just... Yeah, so I mean, yeah, as you can see, you know, when I was a kid, I used to walk around thinking, where's the toys? Where's the toy aisle, you know? Where's the Beast Wars, Transformers, the Lego, the Action Men? But let's just this, look, which as an adult now, it's quite exciting. Spray paint. Oh, some stuff, I need something like this. Yeah, they've got a lot of Christmas stuff, because obviously we're in almost mid-November now, so it's getting to that time of the year, isn't it? It's just crazy how fast this year's gone. One minute it's summer, and then the next minute it's Christmas. Yeah, so they've got all kinds of stuff in here, but it's this big old building, and it's just the same as I remember it. And that would have been, let me think, would have been like 12, 13, 14. So you're talking 2000, year 2000, 2003, 2004. In fact, probably earlier than that. When I was 8, 9, probably came here a lot. And it's exactly the same. So strange, so strange. And I haven't been here since. It's cool. I think these are puzzle boxes. Not puzzle boxes, just puzzles, right? And a bunch of wool. It's nice compared to London. This place is really chill. It's relaxing. Nice to come back. So the trip to Louth was lovely. What I didn't capture was, after I'd been in the market, I bumped into my friend by chance who had come back to actually see. They just happened to be in Louth with their family. And then after that, I was walking back to the bike as you do, and two people were walking in opposite way. Suddenly, one of them went, YouTube. It turns out they were subscribers, him and his wife. And we got talking, lovely couple, and we talked about the history of Lincolnshire, and he's saying, you know, we want to do a video, there's lots of history in Lincolnshire, and I know a lot about it, there's an extensive amount, so, you know, I should get in touch with him if I want to do a video with a bit more historical context, a bit more history based, so, yeah. And we talked about all sorts. He reminded me about Rod Temperton. Rod Temperton came from Cleethorpes, and he went to school at Market Raisin, it's a small place near Cleethorpes and Louth. And he wrote the single Thriller. A little song, just a tiny song by Michael Jackson. One of the biggest songs in the world. And he wrote something else on Michael Jackson, but I can't remember what it was. And yeah, they were telling me other stuff as well about the church there. You can go right to the top of the steeple in Louth that I think you saw in the video that was in the centre of Louth. I didn't get to do that, but maybe another time. But yeah, shout out to Carl. Good to meet you and your wife. Lovely. So on the road, just stopped outside of Boston. I'm taking the A16, I think. A16. Down south towards Peterborough. And then going to carry on like that. So avoid the motorways and stuff like that. But it's going really smoothly. I think this is the smoothest journey I've done. I think the way here was quite smooth. But I don't know if that's to do with the sprocket change. It could be. But it's been super smooth this morning. Lovely roads all the way up to Louth and then up to Horncastle. The only bad thing was the sun was blaring in my face and the wind was quite severe. I remember seeing on the weather forecast that it said the wind was going to kind of pretty gnarly until a certain time, and that was the case. I was getting blown left to right, but now I think it's settled down, so it's alright. All in all, a great trip. Got to see family, ride around Lincolnshire, went to Louth. Yeah, the Triumph has held up really well. It's been really great. And I think that sprocket, to be honest, suits it way more. It just feels way more relaxed and I love it. I just had to get some fuel because I was really low. And it was saying 50 miles left on the speedometer thing. And I had the fuel light on, but I just don't trust it. I just don't know how accurate it is. And I do not want to be running out of petrol, so not bad. I'm making good progress this time, actually. Making really good progress. I think I've got about two and a half hours left, according to Gmaps, give or take. So I should be arriving there at about 12:30, 1:45. So making good time. Set off early, and that was nice. Actually, I was meant to set off yesterday, and I felt ill. I woke up and felt dizzy. I mentioned in another video that I'd been sick since flu season, and I don't know if I got COVID or some viral infection or some virus, but I've been kind of getting sick and then feeling better and then feeling sick and feeling better, and it oscillates. Hot, cold temperatures, stuff like that. And then one of the symptoms has been when I wake up or when I get up, it's like usually I spring out. If I've had enough sleep, I just spring out of bed, but I was kind of slow, like felt like a tub of lard. And then also, I get dizzy. So, and anyway, I hadn't had that for ages, but yesterday I was meant to set off early in the morning, got up, and I was dizzy. Just felt nausea and dizziness, and I thought, I don't think I'm cracked up for this journey back. So I held off and went today instead. So I think that was a good shout, actually. It's a really good shout. But, yeah, Louth was great. Got to ride around, got to have a good walk around memory lane. Overall, it's been a really, really lovely trip. It's been a really nice trip down memory lane and nice to see people. I'm so glad I did it. And I'm so glad that I was just well enough to do it, because if it had been a week before, it would have been a tough one for sure. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this coffee, warm up a little bit. I'm not that cold, actually. I think I've wrapped up enough. I've got like 5 layers under here. I've got 3 layers on my legs, thick socks. It's just the gloves that are quite thin, but other than that, it's been fine. It's holding up alright, so all good. So I'm going to enjoy this, chill out this whole journey. Even now when I'm sat, the sun's been blaring in my eyes. I need to get some sunglasses to put on the bike. But anyway, let's continue. It's so different doing this journey just straight up in the day, because when I did the last return journey, it was in the dark. Not the first part, but the latter part, like this part. And it's just so much nicer in the day. It's warmer because you've got the sun bearing down on you. And it's nicer because of the visibility as well. You can just see stuff better. All the way to the front here, like this. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Last leg of the journey. Let's enjoy it. It's gonna be good. There's the motorway, look. I'm using that for the last leg because you know what? it shaves off a good amount of time. The thing is, the great thing about the journey home, or from home to London, is that I can get all my fill of all those beautiful country roads. I can get my fill of all the country roads that I need, all the A roads, as I come out of the Lincolnshire Wolds, as I ride through towards Louth and stuff. So there we have it, journey from Lincolnshire back to London complete. Chuffed, well done Triumph.